Hello Cancer, welcome to my channel and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I would also like to welcome Spirit into this reading and say thank you for the messages we are about to receive. This is a general reading for Cancer for 2019. Please make sure to watch your moon and rising sign for a more complete picture. I've also done the love and work readings and I will be putting in links to the playlists so that you can have a look at those too. I put the decks that I'm using down in the description box and I put in links to Amazon and eBay if you want to buy these decks. If you would like a personal reading, I put my email in the description box and I put in my website address as well. So please contact me, send me an email. And don't forget to watch my deck walkthrough series, you will find that interesting. So like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments if these messages resonate with you. So I've drawn cards for the 12 months of the year, 2019, and each pile has got 4 cards. So one is an energy card, an archetypal card, a tarot card, as well as the Archangel advice cards. So let's start. So in January, we've got health. So a big focus here on your health. Where you'll probably be changing your diet or doing something that enhances your health. January is the month of new beginnings, where we all go down that route of trying to change things, and you're probably no different, and you might be focusing a lot on your health. Maybe 2018 was not a good year for health for you, but so you're deciding to make that change where you reshuffle the way you eat or the way you exercise, or it's something new coming in, so sort of a New Year's resolution that you're putting into action, and that runs through the month where you're focusing on your health. Now you've got the Gambler card as the second card, which says the willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. So you are taking a leap of faith. You're making a very calculated you're taking a bit of a calculated risk, really, and you're trying to make some sort of decision here. You haven't got all the facts revealed because this man's got a blindfold, but this is like the Fool card. You're starting something new, taking that leap of faith, and you're going a lot on your intuition. Now, Cancer is a very psychic sign, so this is something that you know what you want to do, and you are going to be following that. You've got the Lover's card over here, so making a choice over here, and it is also taking a calculated risk card. You are looking at all the facts. You do need to look at facts, and you need to look at it very, very carefully. So you are exploring a lot of options, but you're looking at it from a very, very unemotional point of view. So it's almost like you're sitting back and looking at all the options available to you, and you are making a decision based on that. And you've got the Knight of Earth over here, so loyal, dedicated, honorable, and it's time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments, a guardian angel. So it looks like you are going to be focusing a lot on your work and trying to get things done from that point of view, taking a lot of time, and very focused as far as work goes. And it's it's long, hard, dedicated work, and it's also like maybe long hours that you will be working, and really being very practical and very focused. So that is the energies that are running through that month. A lot of work focus and focus on your health. So in February, you've got parenting. So if you are a parent, you will be, there might be some issues that come up with your children. If you are a child, this, you might have some issues with your parents. So a lot of parenting issues coming up over there during February, maybe a reshuffling of relationships going on there. You've got dilettante, which is like, somebody who is now spending a lot more time, or you need to spend a lot more time on deep things rather than worrying about superficial things. So don't worry about the way you look or the way things are on a superficial level. You need to see the deeper aspects of it and spend a lot of time appreciating the good things. So this is really a time for you to count your blessings during this period. Then you've got the Star card over here, and you are getting some inspiration coming in, so you are spending a lot more time on your spirituality. You are, with this card being in the sign of Aquarius, you might be meeting very, very different kinds of people that you usually don't associate with on a daily basis, or haven't really bothered to spend much time with these kinds of people, but they are people that are bringing new concepts to you. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, so these people are making big impacts. It could be some people on the global front on a wider scale than just the people that you just usually associate with, but they're bringing a lot of inspiration, and you're taking a lot of what they're saying and you're putting it into your daily life over here with the Star card. and you're finding a path, a direction in your life. So you're bringing in a lot of new things, maybe very radical changes that you're starting to make within your life. And this is causing a big change in your life. So the Wheel of Fortune coming in for you, a positive change, a situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. So it looks like, with it being preceded by the Star card, big positive changes coming for you, and moving away, a sudden moving away from things that were really negative in your life. Now the Star card ruled by Aquarius, which is ruled by Uranus bringing in very sudden changes, and then you've got the Wheel coming in, which says a situation suddenly moves forward, means that these positive changes are coming, and it might be something that is brought in by the people that you meet, these new people that you're meeting, and these are bringing sudden, quick changes, and these are in a positive direction, bringing a lot more balance. If there's an old legal situation that you were dealing with, that will suddenly come to an end, and you won't have to deal with that anymore. It looks like there's just things are just going to be moving forward for you, and in a very positive way. Endings of old situations and beginnings of new. So in March, you've got communication, monk, nun. You've got the Page of Cups, the Four of Cups, and you've got the Page of Water. So, talking to a lot of people, you've met them in February, all these different various kinds of people that you've never usually communicated with before, and it looks like you're strengthening communication with them, putting out a lot of information as well during this month of March. You've got monk, nun over here, so you might be spending a lot of time by yourself. You might be dealing with issues, where there are, you can see this monk and this nun have their backs faced to each other. So it looks like, there is a, you have to make a decision between what you want to accept and what you want to follow. There are two sides to this particular story. You seem to be very dedicated to doing things. You're doing whatever you're working at, you're doing it above and beyond what you usually are expected to do. So you're going that extra mile to do this work because you're very dedicated to it. You're very passionate about it. There might be some spiritual connotations to it as well. So, you're making this choice about dedicating yourself to it, and you're very, very focused on it. But it's also giving you the spiritual satisfaction as well with this this card. And it says you're being very single-minded about it. So, you're not really listening to what anybody else has got to say. You seem to have found a pathway in your life, and you seem to be following it during this month. So the Four of Cups, there it looks like there's some kind of offer. It's a card of blended pleasure. So it looks like there's, some things work out, some things don't during this month. It's, it's trying to find that balance about what works or what doesn't. You've got the card, the cup being handed to you. So a new offer coming in. It's a card with Cancer on it, and that's your sign. So something that you really wanted is going to be handed to you. And it looks like there's divine timing at place. If you look at all these cups, they've got the phases of the moon. Maybe you should look out, during the full moon phase when this offer is being made, and that might be the timing of the card. It might be something that has got global implications. So you might be traveling, communicating with a lot of people, maybe starting a new project, maybe starting something on your own that, you have to put out to the world. But definitely a month where, divine timing at place, and you're reaching out to a wider audience than what you have previously reached to. This cup has got Cancer on it. It might involve something with a home life, but it looks like there may be a shift or change in your residence. You might be moving. You might be actually going overseas, maybe getting a job somewhere else, leaving the country that you live in to go work somewhere else, and it is all divinely timed, so you have to wait. The Four of Cups is, usually a card of stability. It's a card of, where you are fed up with whatever you have at the moment, and you're trying to get out more from life than what you've, the hand that you've been dealt. And don't miss opportunities. The Four of Cups really advises you must open your eyes and accept any kind of opportunity that comes. Also, it's an unexpected opportunity. You see this woman's back is to this cup, so something coming out of the blue, and it is something that you've always wanted to do. And it's something that's going to take you probably all around the world as well. Now you've got the Page of Water over here. So it says a new person enters your life, a relationship begins, a new phase, heightened psychic abilities. Now this is a cup, and a cups also are about relationships. Which I didn't bring that to light. So this could well be this new relationship that comes in with the Page of Water. The Page of Water also talks about studying. So you could be doing something that involves studying, or a new education, something new that comes in that makes you very, very happy. It could well be a new relationship entering. So this cup could be a new relationship. It could be a new course, something new that brings in new information as well. But definitely something new coming with this Page of Water. And the Page of Water is almost like the Ace of Cups. But it allows you, it's more concrete than the Ace of Cups, where the Ace of Cups is more concept. The Page of Cups is actually something very solid. So maybe this is a person or a really important information coming that's going to change your life, moving you into a different direction. Maybe it's that opportunity that you've always wanted, and that is coming in a very concrete form. Now you've got in April, you've got the environment. So you are, thinking more on a larger scale, and you are concentrating a lot on things that are going on around you. Really more focused on that. So you've got a liberator over here, freeing yourself and others from outmodeled beliefs, releasing negative thoughts. Negative thought pattern. So with this environment and this liberator, it seems like you're thinking more global right now. You're thinking of bigger concepts. Maybe you're changing something in your life that allows you to move into the wider arena of the world. For instance, like, you could be going vegan, where you have more of a global concept about what you eat, or you could be involved more in animal rights, but something where you've got that liberator energy coming in over here, and it's associated with the environment. So maybe something comes to light in the environment that makes you change your concepts and maybe change something in your life, the way you are practicing certain things, and it brings you more into that phase where you are becoming more aware about things that are going on around you and how you are impacting on this environment. You've got the Three of Swords over here as the next card. So something happening possibly within your work relationship, or maybe something going on within relationships around you. You've got Libra over here, and you've got Saturn in Libra here. So it's talking about maybe there's a breakdown in communication between you and the people that you are with within the work life. This is causing a lot of distress within you. There might be some kind of legal event that you're trying to sort out as well, or legal issues that you're trying to sort out, and there's a breakdown of communication. You might be waiting for some kind of legal message to come in, and that has not arrived, or you haven't achieved news about it. You could be dealing with three people as well. Usually the swords are communications between you and people, and that is not really working out within the work front as well. So something coming in over here that it causes a bit of upset that is going on in April, and it causes a bit of depression in your side, because you've got the Moon card over here. It says important psychic insights, events behind the scenes release fears that hold you back. So whatever happens, whatever breakdown of communication, or maybe people leaving your arena, because you've got separations with this card, Saturn in Libra, causes you to be depressed. So you might be walking away from a few friends or leaving behind relationships, and this is causing a bit of depression, maybe a bit of confusion, maybe you're not sleeping well. So this is causing a bit of upset, and this is going on in April. So in May, you've got healing going on, Hedonist, Magician, and the King of Earth. So it is what it says. You are getting over maybe this difficult situation that you went on with this Three of Swords. So really, resolving issues in your head. It could be a physical healing where you are getting focused on your health, and you are getting maybe whatever you've put in place in January as far as your health issues go is now taking effect here in May. So you're starting to see results from whatever you've changed in your life. Hedonist says inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrates the beauty in oneself. So you are spending a lot of time focused on yourself here with this hedonist. As you can see, this person's eating food, so you are concentrating on maybe changing your diet, changing the way you do things, and that is bringing in a lot of healing within your body. So it's not a negative card. It's just saying that, you are focusing on this health issues, and you are bringing about healing. Whatever you've put into concept in this first whatever you've changed as far as your health goes in this first 5 months is going to have big effects, and you're going to be very pleased with the effects that it has on your body. So that's something to keep up. If you've started focusing on your health and changing things, that is something to keep up. You've got the Magician card over here, which is also now talking about, maybe you are dealing with a lot of people. You can see there's a large audience over here. You've got Mercury over here putting out information to a lot of people. Maybe you're doing a lot of talking, speeches, maybe presenting, a lot of seminars. Maybe you're the one that's doing the talking. So a lot of communication going on over here. It's also a phase where you become very technical. So you're working with a lot of technology during this particular phase. Watch out for people being, con artists, people saying things that they don't really mean. So because Magician ruled by Mercury, and Mercury can be a bit of a prankster, so this could be the what is going on. So you're very busy during this particular month as well, because Mercury, the Magician, is all about multitasking. It's all about using all your abilities to get things done or get your message across, and being very technologically savvy as well during this month. So you're pretty busy, and you're multitasking, juggling things, maybe flying around a place, doing a lot of travel as well in this month of May. You've got a King of Earth over here, so this is a successful time. Confidently accept opportunities you are offered, the Midas touch. So whatever you're doing, you are manifesting with this Magician card, and you're working pretty well, and people are quite impressed with it, and this is a time for success. The King of Earth is the top of the range as far as money cards go, so you're going to be making a lot of money, and getting, if you're not in that position of leadership, you will be there by the time May comes, and making a lot of money as well. So maybe getting a new job, it could be a promotion, and know that it's very successful. Make sure that you are working on communication skills, especially with this Magician card. It's important to communicate very clearly and make sure that the right audience is receiving your message with it. You can see that this a lot of people sitting and standing and listening to this. I suppose that's Mercury. But and it looks like there's a lot of business success over here. You've got the caduceus in this man's hand. So a lot of business success, and you can see it's followed by the King of Earth. So making a lot of money, getting that job that you always wanted, and, being in a position of authority as well. So you've got June coming up with self-discipline, child wounded, the Chariot, and the Hermit. So it looks like, you are having to exert a lot of self-control, self-discipline. Maybe you're falling off the wagon as far as the diet goes. Okay, so just stick with it. Make sure that you are practicing self-discipline, especially if it's having positive effects on your health and your life. Don't give up. Make sure that you are pursuing that change of lifestyle that you have been following. You've got the child wounded over here, so awakens compassion and desires to serve other wounded children, opens the learning path of forgiveness. So you are dealing with, maybe you are trying to sort out past issues that you had. Maybe you are dealing with your own children and issues with them, but you are trying to forgive the past and move on, and you are being very supportive, maybe supportive of people around you. It could be even supportive of your children, but you're definitely reaching this point of understanding and forgiveness during this month. Now you've got the Hermit card over here, so spending a lot of time in quiet meditation, spiritual teaching, and self-discovery. So you are spending a lot of time by yourself. There should have been the Chariot and then the Hermit. The Chariot is also talking a lot about, the Chariot card is ruled by Cancer. It is your card. You might be spending a lot of time focused on your life and your family, really, because Cancer is the sign that rules the family, the home, the mother. There might be some issues within your family arena as well. There could be some difficulties. You could be moving home. You could be buying a new house as well with this Cancer. You've got the Crab over here right on the moon, and it's a full moon, so watch out for make sure that you're seeing things very clearly. Don't be over taken by your emotions, and there could be a focus on your mother, or if you're a mother, that focus is on your role as a mother as well. You could be buying a new car, and like I said, you could be moving home as well, buying a new home and moving home. With the Hermit card, it's a lot of focus on trying to find the truth, going for self-discovery, but it's also a card that is ruled by Virgo, and that is a tendency to be, worried about your health, and also maybe being a little bit more anxious than normal, and focusing on your work a lot, because Virgo is the sign that rules work. So you are, a lot of effort going into the work, into your health. And spending a lot of time by yourself as well, focusing on your goals. It could also be a time when you're learning something new and doing a lot of studying as well. So there could be a home move, buying a new home, or there could be issues within the family as well with this Chariot card. So a lot of time it seems to be spent, you focusing on issues, dealing with issues within the family life, but also focusing a lot on your work as well. So in July, you've got, let's put that card there, you've got music, teacher, Six of Pentacles, and you've got the Page of Air. So with music is, making something beautiful, but doing it in a very organized way and putting it out to people. Making sure that you have a lot of self-discipline, a lot of organization, something that people appreciate. And that seems to be something that is going on within July. Whatever you're doing, people appreciate it. They think it's really beautiful, but you are very organized, very disciplined in how you bringing it forth to people. And, you're making sure that you're spending sufficient time on it. So concentrating and focusing with that music card. Teacher shows the ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, and wisdom. So maybe whatever you're taking on that role as teacher, where you're training people up, being very technical as well. You can see there's a chalkboard with a lot of concepts on it, and she's got the world in her hand, so you're dissecting things very carefully. You're bringing it down to bite size so people can understand it. Maybe that's what it sounds like to their ears. It sounds like music to the ears. But whatever you're doing, you're bringing it, presenting it to them in such a way that they understand it so well. So you're taking on that role as a teacher, and you're bringing in all these concepts to the work that you're doing. You've got the Six of Pentacles, and it is a time of prosperity. You've got a moon in Taurus over here, so it is where your prosperity is heightened. The moon in Taurus is really in its exalted state. So a lot of focus on money and making a lot of money personally. So whatever you have, whatever project you have, is going to be very, very successful with the Six of Pentacles, and you're going to get a lot more of offers or a lot of money coming in with the Six of Pentacles here. You've got the Page of Air, so this is communication coming in, challenging information, delays or changes to plans, truth delivered without tact. So there's something coming in. Challenging information is something on the legal front, usually with the Page of Air, that you'll have to deal with. So maybe if you're signing contracts, there's delays in it, there's change of plans, but it's got to do with legal issues and something that's, you'll have to deal with. So for most part, with the Six of Pentacles, we're talking about prosperity. You might be dealing with some legal issues. You might be signing contracts. There might be, information that has not come to light, or delays in getting that information. So you could be, entering a new job that pays well, trying to sign a contract, and then things are not, going according to the timing that you want. So just be patient, and make sure that you've got yourself grounded, so that you don't get upset if anything appears to be going wrong. This information is truth delivered without tact. Usually the Page of Air deals with any kind of legal information. So, you just have to make sure that you're handling it from a very logical point of view, and don't get emotionally upset when things, if things are a bit delayed, because they will sort themselves out. It is only a fleeting energy. So in August, you've got a Pride, and followed by Warrior, and got the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Fire. So big changes happening within this month. you have to try and be a bit more humble in how you're doing things. Try not to be very arrogant about things. With the Pride card, cautioning you to make sure that, you're listening to everybody's side of the story. The Warrior card is saying strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. So you do need to get that ego in check, it seems. You've got Pride, and then it's followed by the Warrior, and that speaks about conquering the ego. So you're trying to have to get things, sorted out. So, listen to what people have got to say, because there is some advice or something is coming to you that you need to be a bit humble when you accept that kind of advice. Maybe if it's a criticism or anything, just, try not to go get too upset about it. You've got the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Fire. So it seems like with the Ten of Fire, end of very, very hard work that you've been doing. Maybe you've been working on a project and that is now coming to an end with this Ten of Fire. You might have some stress-related health problems because you might be working to some deadlines and you need to accept help from others to deal with this. And make sure that you're keeping on your health regime that you've done, because this is the thing that's going to get you through this stress-related illnesses. You've got the Ten of Pentacles over here, which says concrete accomplishment. So it looks like, you are ending an old work cycle. You are ending a work cycle that has been very, very difficult. A very difficult work cycle that's produced a lot of stress, but that's coming to an end and you have an achievement. You are achieving everything that you need. So it's a concrete accomplishment. You will end up achieving everything that you wanted to achieve within that phase. But, it is following hard work. And a lot of sacrifice and a lot of responsibilities with this Ten of Fire. So you do get to the Ten of Pentacles where you have concrete accomplishment. It is Mercury in Virgo. And so that is talking about, being very focused as well and being very meticulous when you're doing it. But everything will come to you. So, with Mercury in Virgo, you're able to communicate your ideas very, very clearly as well to the rest of the world. So an ending of 2 cycles where you're ending a project after a lot of hard work and you are accomplishing things with this Ten of Pentacles. You will now move into a new cycle, a new work cycle. Make sure that you're not being very arrogant during this phase, because you don't want you want to get the best out of people, and you can do that by being humble and accepting whatever they've got to say and making them feel important. That is a really important concept to have. So you've got completion over here. So where the Ten of Fire and the Ten of Pentacles are talking about ends of phases, you start September off with a 9. It's a completion phase. So whatever you've started, it's going to be ending in August and September. You've got the Mystic over here, reveals intimate union with the divine. So you are following a lot of your intuition and you are realizing that things are coming to an end. You might even be consulting a psychic as well here in September to find out what's going on. But for the most part, Cancer is very, very psychic. So, you know exactly how to connect with the divine. And maybe you're following that and realizing, there are certain phases in your life that have reached its end. You've got the Seven of Cups over here, which says poisonous illusions. So make sure you look at things very carefully, because there might be things that are being put onto offer for you that appear to be really good and they are not what they appear to be. You can see these cups have got things in them, and although when you go and look carefully at the picture, you suddenly see that everything is not as right as rain as although it looks like a really nice beach scene, it really isn't all that. There's a lot of fighting and arguing going on behind the scenes here. So be aware that could be the case, that there are things that are being put forward and it might look like there are things that you wanted and they are not. They turn out to be things that you didn't really need in the first place. So make sure that you review whatever options are presented to you very carefully, because there could be things that are going on that you're not aware of. So a little bit of investigation will go a long way for you. And you've got the Seven of Air over here, which says plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, poor timing. So in both cards, whatever options are being presented, and they're both sevens, and this one, the Seven of Air talks about more than meets the eye. And with the Seven of Cups, it's also poisonous illusion, so there's more than that meets the eye here. don't make big decisions in this month would be my advice, because whatever is being presented to you is not the truth, and it is something that you're going to have to change your plans around. So even if you choose these options, you find out that you're very, very unhappy with them, and you're going to be making changes. So because they're plans that need to be revised. So make sure that you're doing a thorough investigation, and if you have to make any kind of choice, I would suggest you actually wait before you rush in to do anything, because whatever's being presented to you seems to be based on a bit of lies and deceit. And so this is not the time to be making big decisions in September. So don't make big choices. Don't be changing jobs and things like that, where you have to make a definite decision, because you might end up in a situation and you find that you're not very happy in that particular situation. And in October, it's the first card is patience, and with the 2, it's making that choice. So whatever options being presented to you, you can review them in September. Do not make a choice. I wouldn't advise making a choice, because there are 2 cards saying that, things that are going to be presented are not going to be really very honest or very good for you. And then in October comes in the choice, 2 choice card, and it says have patience. So think very carefully before you actually make that choice. So I need to actually go through things with a fine-tooth comb before you make any kind of decision. You've got the child nature, which says friendships with animals, communication with natural spirits. Maybe it's a time for you to take a little bit of a break during this month of October in order for you to make that particular choice and to get back on track again. You've got the Prince of Wands over here, so there is, you want to move forward. You've got the energy to move forward. You've got the energy of Sagittarius. You want to expand. You want to go forward. You want that action. Philosopher, rebel, player. You want to get going. You've got a lot of energy coming in here with this Prince of Wands card over here. It's got the rebel card over here, so maybe you are going against the grain here and you want to get things moving. The Prince of Wands could also mean a change of job, a change of residence. So maybe this is the point where you want to make this change and move forward, and therefore the choice card comes in. But you need to just relax a little bit and not rush in. The Prince of Wands tends to be a bit of who tends to rush into things without thinking. So you need to just take it easy, relax a little bit, do some thinking before you actually make big changes. You've got the 4 of Fire over here. It says contentment, peace, abundance, a happy home life, successful completion of a project. So you are reaching the end of some kind of work project, something that you've been doing. And so this new choice card comes in when you have to choose the next thing that you're going to do. But try not to be rushing into things. Think very carefully before you make any kinds of decisions. The 4 of Fire is usually a card of stability. It could also be a case where where you're going off to a wedding or a friend's wedding, because usually a card of celebration, and it's a marriage card. You could be starting off a relationship with somebody. It could be a business relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be a love relationship, but it is a period of peace and contentment and stability, really, and that's what you're entering into. So make sure you're not doing things irrationally or doing it too quickly. Be calm and be cool with the patience cards. Just take your time. There's no need for you to be rash about anything. So in November, you've got the leadership card. So taking on that role as a leader and a mentor as well, it seems. So you've got those 2 roles where you're passing on wisdom and refining a student's character. So you're taking on that sort of guru kind of status over here with the leadership and mentor. You've reached the top of whatever you want to do, and people are standing back and listening to whatever you've got to say. You've got the 6 of swords over here, so fresh horizons, so something new coming in, moving away from the old as well. With Aquarius, it's with Mercury in Aquarius, so it's something to do with the mind and meeting a lot of strange people, shall I say, communicating with a lot of strange people. With Aquarius, you meet a lot of characters in that Aquarius kind of energy because it's ruled by Uranus, and with Mercury, it's a lot of communication going on over here. So you'll be meeting a lot of different people and communicating with them, but it also allows you to move away from any kind of negative concepts. So maybe you're taking on this role as a teacher, and students can be strange, and you'll be meeting a lot of strange people that make you question a lot about your attitudes to life. With this leadership role, you are taking on that teacher role. So maybe your students or the people that you meet are going to be bringing some new concepts to you that you never considered before. But you're definitely moving away from the old way of thinking into something very, very new. The Six of Earth, it says gifts of money, time or effort, a new career opportunity, and receiving a loan or paying off debts. So you're bringing your life back into balance again. You're getting your work sorted out, and you're getting more money. So whatever you're putting in, you're getting out again, and you're reaching that financial balance as well. A lot of money coming in as well, and it looks like there might be a new opportunity to do something different. It seems like you have moved into something with this mentor teacher role that you're taking, and it might be very different, and there you're getting the financial rewards from changing your role. So in December, you've got Perseverance, you've got Alchemist, Three of Cups, and Awakening. So, a pretty good ending for the year. You just have to keep going. It says with the Perseverance card, it's a very stable card with 4. It's got that green background, which is talking about abundance, and prosperity, really. So you just have to persevere at what you're doing, and you will get what you want in December. Alchemist is talking about transformation, and so all this teaching is transforming you, and you are transforming people that you teach. So it's really a give and take situation. You might also be teaching something to do with the sciences, or working with the sciences, where you're putting out a lot of scientific concepts to people and bringing that in with the Alchemist. Working in a very technical field, where you're using a lot of technical or information, or it's very intellectual and involving, as I said, the sciences, or something where you're mixing and dabbling with chemicals, that kind of thing going on over here. Excuse me. But you're definitely blending a lot of your information together to produce this new concepts. This is also you've got 3 beakers over here. You've also got 3 cups. So maybe whatever you're working in is got to do with blending a lot of information, blending a lot of concepts together. The 3 of Cups here is about abundance, and you have choices, options on which way to go. You've even got the crab over here. So this is about you making a choice about what is best for you and which is going to bring you the most wealth. And you might be blending 3 different kinds of jobs, mixing friends, but there's definitely some element of bringing things together to produce that wonderful elixir that is going to cause abundance to come in for you. And it looks like there's a lot of prosperity coming. With these fairies, it looks like a lot of information coming. So you're taking a lot of concepts, putting it together, and you're getting something that is going to be extremely wonderful. And it looks like you have a choice to make over here. There's a lot of thinking going on here with Mercury in Cancer. So make sure you're thinking very clearly and very logically about what you're doing. And then the last card is the Awakening card. Look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill, and it is important to be yourself. So a big change as well coming over here. Usually at the end of the year, this is now going into the Hanged Man, where you're now reaching a point where you're making another decision. So at the end of the year, you reach December, having gone through all this new things, concepts of where you've changed a little bit, where you've started to teach people. You've taken on that sort of teacher role now, and you've changed. So you reach a point at the end of the year where you are now considering and conceptualizing everything that you did, and you will be taking a break probably in December and reviewing whatever you've done for 2019 and making a choice again, reaching another turning point in your life with the Awakening card. And deciding about how you want to spend maybe 2020. So, you've changed quite a bit this year. It's been a lot of spiritual growth. There's been a lot of, maybe you've changed on a global scale because you've focused on your health, and, money has been coming in. Warning, September, don't make any big decisions, because this is not the time to make big changes in your life. And you will be getting into that role of being, very much a teacher. Don't rush into making decisions in October either. And, by the time you reach November, you're getting into that role that you really wanted, and you're becoming that teacher, that guru, that person that people want to listen to, and a lot of money, money coming in for you as well. So all in all, reasonable reading, very good, and it looks like you are going through this revolution after going through difficult year in 2018. It seems like you're changing your concept and you're becoming more global in your ideas. So I hope this reading has resonated with you. Please don't forget to watch the work and the love readings that I will put out as well. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Take care now. Goodbye.